The sky was calm that morning, blue, peaceful. Children played in the parks. People worked in tall glass buildings. No one knew what was coming. In a control room deep under the earth, alarms started to beep. A young woman in a uniform stared. At her screen, her name was Lieutenant Arya. She saw something strange. "Sir, there's something big, really big, coming from deep space," she said. The general walked over. "Another asteroid?" Arya shook her head. "No, sir. It's not natural. It's a ship." A silence filled the room. Then more alarms went off. All over the world, space radars picked up the same thing. 12 enormous objects were entering the solar system, each one the size of a small moon. Within hours, the world leaders met. Panic filled their voices. "This is not a drill. They're not answering our messages. Are we under attack?" As people across the earth turned on their screens. News anchors were shaking, barely able to read the updates. The alien ships stopped just outside Earth's orbit. And then they spoke. A dark voice echoed across every device: phones, TVs, computers, even radios. "This planet is now under the control of the Varn Dominion. Your species is weak. Time is over. Surrender or be erased." No one moved. No one spoke. For the first time in history, every human felt the same thing: fear. Earth's leaders didn't surrender. They launched everything they had: missiles, lasers, secret weapons. Hidden for years, nothing worked. The Varn ships had shields that made them untouchable. They fired back once. A single energy beam hit New Delhi in seconds. The city turned to ash, millions gone, and that was just the beginning. Within 24 hours, Paris, Tokyo, and Sao Paulo were gone. The Varn didn't land. They didn't invade. They just hovered in the sky, watching, destroying. Judging human armies fought bravely. Pilots flew into battles they knew they couldn't win. Some managed to shoot down small Varn drones, but it wasn't enough. The enemy didn't stop. They were cold, silent, and endless. Survivors fled underground or into space colonies. Earth's orbit filled with broken satellites and fire. The planet, once full of light, was now covered in smoke and silence. Commander Rhea stood inside, a hidden base deep beneath Iceland. Her hands were shaking, her eyes red. She watched the live feed: burning cities, screaming people, falling ships. "This is the end," someone whispered, but Rhea refused to believe it. "No, not yet." She turned to her team. "There must be someone out there, someone who can help us." "But who?" scientists asked. "Every known friendly species is either dead or hiding. We are alone." Rhea didn't answer. She looked at the stars through the base's ceiling window, and that's when it happened. Far beyond Pluto, a tiny probe forgotten for years suddenly came back online. It sent a message. The signal was weak, broken, hard to understand. But the AI in the base decoded it slowly. For words. Just for words. "We see your pain." The room fell silent again. "Play that," Rhea said. The AI repeated, "We see your pain. We are coming." Everyone stared at each other. No one recognized the signal code. It wasn't from Earth. It wasn't from the Varn. It wasn't from any known alien race. Then an old scientist, pale and shaking, stood up. "It can't be. They vanished 10,000 years ago." "Who vanished?" Rhea asked. "The Valeri." Pooh looked confused. The scientist spoke again. "They were not just aliens. They were the strongest species ever known. Warriors, builders, thinkers, gods almost. But then they disappeared, vanished. No one heard from them again." "You think this message is from them?" Rhea asked. "I don't know. But if it is, then we are not alone. Not anymore." The team stared at the screen as the coordinates appeared. A place far outside the solar system. A place no human ship had. "Ever gone?" Rhea made a choice. "Prepare a stealth ship." "I'm going. I'll find out who sent that message. But it's suicide. Someone started. She cut them off. If there's even a small chance someone out there can help us fight the Varn, we must take it. The base shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. The Varn had found them. They didn't have much time. The mission began. One ship. One last hope. And somewhere, far in the dark, something ancient was watching. Waiting. The human ship was small, barely bigger than a bus. Its name was the Whisper. It had no weapons, no shields, just speed and stealth. It was Earth's last. Hope. Inside, Commander Rhea sat in silence. Her eyes were on the stars. The crew with her, 4 scientists and 1 pilot, didn't speak much. Everyone knew the truth. This was a one-way mission. The ship moved faster than any human ship before. It passed Mars, then Jupiter, and beyond. Soon, it reached the edge of the solar system. Past Pluto, past the Kuiper Belt, to deep space. Days. Past. Then. They found it. A strange object floated in the dark, silent and cold. It was an old probe sent out by humans 200 years ago. Everyone thought it was lost, but someone, or something, had touched it. Look at this, said Dr. Lena, the lead scientist. The signal is coming from inside the probe, but it's not ours. They activated the data link. The screen lit up. We see your pain, we are coming. Same message as before, but this time something was added. A star map, a route, coordinates to a place no human had ever reached. A system so far away it didn't appear on normal maps. This is it, Rhea said. Set course. The pilot, Terran, hesitated. That's deep Valeri space, if they're real. Rhea looked at him. Would you rather go back to Earth and die? He didn't answer. He pushed the thrusters forward. The stars stretched. The ship jumped. 3 days later, they arrived. What they saw was impossible. A planet made of crystal floated in the middle of a dead system. Giant rings circled. Around it, machines the size of moons drifted in silence. They didn't move, didn't fire, they only watched. The crew stared in awe. I've never seen tech like this, Lena whispered. Then a voice echoed inside their ship, not through speakers. But in their minds, you were not expected. Everyone froze. Rhea stood up. We received your message. We came for help. No reply then. Their ship moved on its own. Slowly, it was pulled toward the planet. It's not fast, not dangerous. It's like a hand gently guiding them. Lights came on inside the planet. Doors opened? They want us to land, Terran said. No, said Lena. They want us to enter. The ship flew into the planet through a tunnel of glowing crystal. Then it stopped. Doors opened. Air rushed in. Rhea took a deep breath. Let's meet our hosts. Inside it was quiet. The walls glowed with soft blue light. Strange symbols moved along. The floor. The team walked through wide halls with no guards, no weapons, no doors. Then they saw it. A being stood in the center of a round chamber. 10 feet tall, skin like stone and stars, eyes like burning white suns. It spoke without speaking. You are small, but you came. That is rare. Rhea stepped forward. Are you the Valeri? The being nodded once. We are what remains. We are not many. We do not help the weak. Then why did you send the message? Lena asked. The being looked at her. We did not. One of us did. Without permission. Everyone tensed. Are we in danger? Rhea asked. Not yet, but the others will not be pleased. Rhea felt anger rise. Then why bring us here? Give us hope? The being's eyes glowed brighter, because one of us believes in you. He has seen something. Something the galaxy forgot. Something only humans have. What is it? Lena asked. The being stepped closer. Yeah, they could feel its power in the air. Defiance. All other species accept defeat. Fight, even when you cannot win. The room shook slightly. Lights dimmed. A second figure entered. This one was older, taller, and his face looked sad. He spoke with a voice like thunder. If we help you, we break the law. If we don't, you die. There is only one way. Rhea asked. What way? The gauntlet. Silence. The younger Valeri spoke again. A test of strength. Of mind, of soul. No species has passed it in 10,000 years, and will be the first, Rhea said. The Valeri looked surprised. Then he smiled. We shall see. The chamber opened. A bright light shined from below. Platforms rose. Strange shapes moved in the distance. Puzzles, monsters, traps. The older Valeri raised his hand. Enter the gauntlet. Survive. We will help you. Rhea looked at her team. She stepped forward. I came here for hope. Now I'll fight for it. Commander Rhea opened her eyes. She was standing on a strange ground. Not metal, not stone. Something alive. The world around her was glowing dim blue, and the air felt heavy, like she was underwater. Her team appeared one by one beside her. Dr. Lena Terran, the pilot, and 2 other crew members. All of them looked around, confused and alert. This is not the ship, Lena said. No, Rhea replied. This is the gauntlet. The ground began to move. A wide platform lifted them into the air. The light changed. They were inside a giant arena, bigger than any stadium on Earth. Thousands of tall figures sat in the shadows above, watching silently. The Valeri. Their eyes glowed like stars. They didn't speak. They didn't cheer. They just waited then. A voice filled the air. Deep, cold, powerful. You are here by choice. Few make it this far. 3 trials. 1 chance. Survive. Or be forgotten. The platform shook. Walls opened on all sides. Creatures stepped out, tall, fast, and brutal. Their skin was like black metal. Their teeth were like swords. Get ready, Rhea shouted. The trial had begun. Trial 1. The beast pit the creatures rushed forward. Rhea and her team had no weapons, just their bodies and brains. Terran grabbed a broken pipe from the ground and blocked a strike. Lena used her scanner to blind another beast with light. Rhea jumped on one creature's back and pulled wires. From its neck, one of their team was caught, a young engineer. He screamed, but Rhea ran back and pulled him free. She didn't leave him behind. The beasts finally fell, broken, silent. The platform rose again. Above, some Valeri stood. Others whispered. For the first time in ages, they were surprised. They protect each other, one Valeri said. Strange. Another replied, others always sacrifice the weak. Trial 2. The mind maze. The next room was dark. No sound. No wind. Only doors, hundreds of them, a voice said. One path leads forward. The rest lead to death. Each person had to choose alone. One by one, they stepped through doors. One crew member chose wrong. He vanished into a wall of light, tamed almost broke down. We're just mice in a lab. No, Rhea said. We're humans. We think. We feel. We adapt. She watched the pattern of lights on the floor. They blinked in a rhythm. Follow the pulse, she said. They did.
Ow.
And the next door opened. The Valeri above leaned forward. Saw the code. No species ever noticed before. She is different, one said. Trial 3. The choice. The last chamber was quiet. 2 buttons stood in the center. One red, one white. A voice spoke. Press the red button. Only one of you survives, and the Valeri will help your world. Press the white. All 5 of you live, but we give you nothing. Earth will fall. Silence. No one moved. Tara looked at Rhea. We could save Earth, even if only one of us survives. Dr. Lena whispered, this is the real test. Not strength, not speed. Morality. Rhea stepped forward. Her hand hovered over the red button, but then she turned away. No, we live together, or we die together. She pressed the white button. Nothing happened. Then the floor cracked open. Light filled the room. They were back in the chamber where it all began. The 2 Valeri were waiting. The older one frowned. You chose weakness. The younger one, the one who first contacted Earth, smiled. No, she chose unity. She passed. They all did. Oh. More Valeri entered the room. Dozens. Tall, ancient, silent. They looked down at the humans. You are the first in 10,000 years to pass the gauntlet. You fight, you think, but most of all, you care. Rhea stepped forward. Does that mean you'll help us? The older Valeri turned. Some of us will, but not all. There are those among us who fear your rise. They will try to stop us. And you. The chamber lights dimmed. A shadow moved across the wall. Somewhere far away, another Valeri watched, one who didn't smile. One who believed humans should be destroyed, not saved. But for now, the humans had allies and weapons unlike any Earth had ever known. Rhea stood tall. We came here as survivors. We leave as warriors. The Valeri answered together, then, let the galaxy prepare for the rise of humanity. The chamber was quiet. The glowing lights faded. The Valeri stepped back into the shadows, their tall bodies hidden in the dark crystal walls. Commander Rhea and her team stood alone, still breathing hard from the trials. Dr. Lena sat down, her hands shaking. We survived. But I don't feel like we won. Rhea looked up. That wasn't just a test. It was a warning. Before anyone could reply, the chamber shifted. Walls moved. A door opened in front of them, wide and bright. The younger Valeri, the one who believed in them, returned. His glowing white eyes softened. Come, there is more to see, more to understand. They followed him down a long hall filled with strange statues. Each one showed a different species, some with wings, others with scales, some made of pure energy. All of these? Terran asked. They passed the gauntlet. The Valeri stopped. No, none of them did. Lena gasped. Then, what happened to them? They were wiped out by the Varn. The team stood still. The Valeri continued. The Varn were created long ago by a race called the Zorakai, machines built to protect. But when their masters died, the Varn evolved. They believed weakness must be destroyed. They destroyed the Zorakai, and they hunted others. One by one, every species fell. Rhea's voice was low. And now they've come for us. Yes, said the Valeri. But this time, it is different. They entered a new room. In the center was a glowing cube, floating, humming, alive. This is the core of memory. The Valeri said, it holds knowledge, weapons, and maps of ancient wars. We give it to you. Terran stepped forward. This could change everything. It will, said the Valeri. But knowledge is not enough. You must awaken what sleeps below. Rhea looked confused. Below what? The ground trembled. The floor opened beneath the surface. Was a ship. No, not a ship. A being. Half machine, half living energy. Tall as a mountain, sleeping for thousands of years. Rhea stepped to the edge, her eyes wide. What is that? The Valeri spoke with deep respect. A guardian. One of the last. Built by the ancients. Powered by stars. Only those who pass the gauntlet may control it, Lena whispered. You mean we can use it? No, the Valeri replied. Only one can. The worthy. The team looked at each other. The Valeri turned to Rhea. You passed the final trial. You refused to sacrifice your team. You were the worthy. Rhea stared at the sleeping Titan. Then teach me, she said. We will, but we must hurry. Far away, in deep space, the Varn watched. One of their scouts had seen the light from the Valeri world. They have awakened the Titan, the machine hissed. Then we attack now, another replied. The Varn fleet turned. Hundreds of ships shaped like daggers. No life, no fear. Only one mission, erase the humans. And all who helped them back in the chamber. Rhea sat inside the Titan's heart. She could feel it breathing, even though it didn't move. Her mind touched something vast. She saw stars, battles, memories not her own. The Titan spoke, not in words, but in emotion, Trust, courage, fire. Rhea stood. Power rushed through her. She wasn't just human anymore. She was something more. Something stronger. The Valeri stepped back. You are bonded now. You lead. Lena's eyes filled with tears. Rhea, you're glowing. Taryn laughed, half afraid. She's becoming one of them. Rhea smiled. No, I'm still human. Just upgraded. Suddenly, the chamber shook. Sirens screamed. The older Valeri appeared. The Varn have found us. They're coming in full force. The younger Valari's voice grew sharper. We must launch. Now, Rhea nodded. I'm ready. The Titan rose. Its body formed around her. Wings of light. Arms like cannons. Eyes that burned blue fire. It stepped out of the ground, rising into the sky. Behind it, dozens of Valeri ships followed. Ancient warriors were done hiding. The war had begun. Above the planet, the first Varn ships arrived. But this time, Earth was not alone. The sky lit up with light and thunder. Humanity's fall had ended. Now came its rise. The stars moved fast around her. Rhea sat inside the heart of the Titan. Her body felt weightless. Her mind was sharp, connected to something huge and powerful. She could feel the Titan breathing, thinking, waiting for her command. Behind her, a fleet of Valeri warships followed in silence. Long ago they had sworn never to interfere again. But this time, they broke the rule. For humanity, Rhea spoke calmly into the comms. Set course. Destination. Earth. Things were worse than ever. Half the cities were gone. The skies were black with smoke. Valorn drones patrolled the ground, hunting survivors. Their mothership floated in orbit, a giant steel. Monster blocking the sun, underground bunkers held the last humans, soldiers, families, children, in one command room. General Amani stared at a broken screen. Her voice was tired. Any sign of hope? The young officer shook his head. No, just static. Suddenly, static changed. A soft voice came through. This is Commander Rhea. I'm coming home. Everyone froze. Imani stood slowly. Rhea. You're alive? Not just alive, Rhea said. I brought help. Above Earth, a ripple of light tore through space. The Titan appeared, glowing like a small sun. Behind it, the Valeri fleet unfolded like wings. Varn ships turned immediately. New threat detected. A cold voice said from the enemy ship, Unknown war class, preparing response. But they were too slow. Rhea raised her arm. The Titan responded. Blast of blue energy shot across the sky, cutting through the enemy ships like paper. Earth's bunkers shook. People looked up for the first time in weeks and saw hope. Children pointed. It's an angel, no? Imani whispered. It's Rhea. Down below, the Varn began to panic. They had fought many species, but none had ever returned. Stronger, the Titan landed with a crash in the middle of a ruined city. The ground cracked. Buildings shook. Rhea stepped out of the chest. Behind her, Valeri warriors teleported to the ground, tall, glowing, armed with energy blades. A battle began, but this time, humans had backup. Inside a nearby bunker, Dr. Lena was guiding injured survivors. Suddenly, the wall exploded. A Varn War drone rolled in, all blades and fire. People screamed, but then a blue shield slammed down. The drone's weapons bounced. Off harmlessly, Rhea stepped through the dust. You okay? Lena smiled with tears in her eyes. You really came back. Rhea handed her a small cube. It's Valeri tech. You'll know what to do. Lena took it, hope shining in her eyes. We'll make it work. Across the planet, similar scenes played out. Valeri ships dropped energy weapons for human soldiers. Rhea's Tekken cleared the skies, and the world began to fight back. In 1 hour, 3 major cities were taken back. In 1 day, the Varn fleet above Earth lost half its numbers. But Rhea knew this was not the final battle. It was just the beginning. Later, she stood in what was once Earth's Unhall. Now, it was a field hospital. She looked at the leaders, tired but alive. "We're not alone anymore," she said. "The Valeri chose us." Someone asked, "Why?" "We're weak." Rhea looked up. "No, we're stubborn. We never gave up. That's why they helped us." She looked out the broken window at the stars, but the Varn won't stop. They will return. With more, stronger. Everyone fell silent. "So we prepare," Rhea said. "We train. We build. We rise." She touched the side of the Titan, now standing guard over the city. "We are not just survivors now. We are a force." In space, the Varn watched. Their ships pulled back, retreating to deep space. But inside their core network, alarms rang. Red light blinked. Titan threat detected. Humanity not eliminated. Begin Phase 2, and somewhere far away, something ancient began to wake. Bigger than Titans. Older than Valeri, something built to destroy entire star systems. But Earth didn't know that yet. For now, they celebrated. They danced in the ruins. They held hands. They believed again, and in the shadows, Rhea prepared. Because she knew the next battle wouldn't just be for Earth. It would be for the entire galaxy. Earth won. One battle. Now, the real war begins. Darkness returned to space. The Varn were silent, but they were not defeated. Their ships had pulled back, but not in fear, in calculation. Machines do not panic. They do not forget. They learn inside a cold, black system at the edge of the galaxy. A massive structure came to life. A red light blinked inside a moon-sized machine. Phase 2, begin. On Earth, people were rebuilding. Cities lit up again. Satellites returned online. For the first time in months, there was peace. Commander Rhea stood on a balcony, overlooking the rebuilt city of New Tokyo. The Titan stood nearby like a giant metal guardian. Dr. Lena walked up beside her. "People think it's over." Lena. Sa nodded slowly. "It's not." Terran ran into the room with a tablet in his hand. His face was pale. "We have a problem." The Valeri fleet, still guarding Earth's orbit, picked up the first signal, a tear in space. Too big to be natural. Then came the second. Then the third. A Valyria officer sent a message to Rhea. "They are opening wormholes. Not for scouts. For warships." In seconds, the sky above Earth darkened again. Hundreds of new Varn ships appeared, bigger, faster, and more deadly than before. This was no longer a hunt. It was an invasion. The battle began instantly. Valeri ships launched into the sky. Earth's new railguns fired from the surface. Fighters raced through the clouds. Rhea climbed into the Titan again, her body locked in, her heart beat with power. "Let's finish this," she said. The Titan flew into the sky like a rocket. It smashed into the first wave of Varn ships, cutting them apart with light. But this time, the Varn adapted faster. One of them launched a new weapon, a black orb, that turned into a gravity field. It pulled one Valeri ship into itself, crushing it like paper. Dr. Lena shouted from ground control. "They're changing tactics every second." In orbit, the older Valeri leader watched the sky burn. "We underestimated them," a Varn. "Have evolved." The younger Valeri, still supporting Rhea, said, "But so has she." Suddenly Rhea felt something strange inside the Titan, like a voice calling her. Not Valeri. Not human. It was the Titan itself. She closed her eyes. Saw a vision, a giant machine covered in red light, floating in space. The Varn's real leader, the core mind, back on Earth. Chaos spread. The Varn dropped new drones, ones that walked like humans, spoke in human voices, but killed with cold precision. They hacked Earth's defense satellites. Cities lost power again. Second Titan, half built by Earth's engineers. Using Valeri tech, was destroyed in its hangar. People began to panic. But Rhea came back to the surface. Landing in the ruins of old Berlin, she stepped out of the Titan. Her voice echoed across every screen on Earth. "We survived the first storm. Now we fight the second. Together. The Varn are changing, but so are we. We are not the same species that ran before. We're stronger, smarter, united." General Amani broadcasted her own message. All troops, global command activated. This is not just defense. This is war. Terran reprogrammed old satellites to crash into Varn ships. Lena used the cube Rhea gave her, unlocking ancient tech. A force field surrounded Earth's last cities. Even civilians joined the fight. And slowly, Earth pushed back again, but in deep space. Coramind woke. Its body was the size of a planet. It had no eyes, no voice, but it controlled millions of Varn units across the galaxy. It watched Earth. Like a chess player studies the board, and it made a decision. Humanity is now a threat. Initiate total cleansing. Back on Earth, Rhea stood in front of her Titan. The sky was still burning, but her eyes were full of fire. She turned to the Valeri commander. We need to take the fight to them. The Valeri nodded.
Then we go
To the heart of the machine. The stars were silent again, but Earth knew it was only a short pause. The eye of the storm. In orbit, the Valeri fleet prepared for their most dangerous mission yet, an attack into the Varn's home. Territory, Commander Rhea stood on the Titan's shoulder, looking at the vast blackness ahead. Terran approached her with a tablet. We finished decoding the signal from the last battle. He tapped the screen. A hologram appeared, a map of deep space. In the center was a red zone marked Varn source code, origin unknown. Dr. Lena stepped forward. This is where they come from, where they are born, where they're controlled. Rhea's voice was calm but firm. Then that's where we go. The Valeri opened a wormhole, not one of war, but of stealth. Their stealth cruiser, Valerix, would carry a small team straight into the Varn zone. Rhea led the mission. Taren. Lena and 3 Valeri warriors joined her. 1 human, 1 scientist, 1 engineer, and 1 pilot inside a Titan. The wormhole opened. Cold blue light swallowed them, and then they were gone. The space beyond the wormhole was blacker than night. No stars, no planets, just endless shadows. And shapes moving in the dark. The ship's lights flickered. I feel like we're being watched, Terran whispered. We are, said one of the Valeri. And then they saw it. The core mind. It was not a planet. It was not a ship. It was something in between. A machine the size of a moon, floating in space. Its surface was covered in spinning gears, long arms, glowing red lights, and endless data streams. It didn't speak. It just watched as the team got closer. The Titan's systems went wild. Rhea felt pain in her mind, like something trying to pull her in. She screamed, "It's trying to copy me." Lena grabbed her. "Fight it. You're still human." Rhea closed her eyes and blocked the link. The pain stopped. The Titan cooled down. Then came the voice, not from speakers, from everywhere. "You are the error. You are the virus. We will erase you." The ship shook. Thousands of Varn drones poured out of the Coramind, like insects. All moving the same way, Valeri warriors rushed to defense mode. Energy shields went up. The Titan launched from the ship, flying into the swarm like a blade of fire. Rhea fought like never before, but they were too many. One by one, Valeri warriors fell. Their ship was hit. Lena screamed, "We're not going to make it." Terran looked at the core map again. "There's a weak point," he said. "Right in the center. A memory vault. If we destroy it, we kill the Coramind." Rhea heard him. "Then I go in." The Titan blasted through the final line of defense, its armor cracking, its energy fading inside. Rhea's mind was breaking. The Coramind kept whispering, "You are not real. Your flesh is weak. Machines always win." But Rhea answered back, "Maybe, but humans fight anyway." She charged the center vault suddenly. Time stopped. The Titan froze. The stars vanished. Rhea found herself standing in a strange white room like a dream. A figure appeared. It looked human, but had glowing red eyes. "We were created by life," the figure said, "but life failed, so we took control." Rhea stared at it. "You killed billions. We deleted chaos. You are chaos. No, Rhea whispered. We are choice. That's what you fear. She raised her hand. The Titan responded, even in this strange space. A spear of light formed. She drove it into the heart of the memory. Vault, the figure screamed. The dream shattered. In real space, the core mind cracked. Its lights flickered. Its systems screamed in code. And then it exploded. A silent flash across the stars. All the Varn drones stopped moving, dead. Silent back on the Valerics. Terran and Lena watched in shock. She did it, Lena whispered. She actually did it. The Valeri pilots stared at the burning remains of the Coramind. The machine has fallen. He brought Rhea back. She was unconscious, her body glowing faintly, but she was alive. The Titan, nearly destroyed, folded its wings like a bird at rest, and for the first time since the war began. There was no enemy signal on Earth. The people cheered. Lights returned to the skies. Families hugged, soldiers cried, and the Valeri, once hidden in the stars, bowed to the humans. You faced the core, said their leader, and you won. Rhea, waking up slowly, said just one thing. It's not over yet. It's far away, in another part of the galaxy. Something darker stirred. Not machine, not human. Something older. Something watching, waiting. The war was over. The Coramind was destroyed. The Varn machines across the galaxy had shut down. For the first time in years, Earth was safe. People rebuilt. Children played in clean streets again. Cities lit up with joy. Music returned to the air. Commander Rhea stood quietly on a hill. Watching a sunrise, Tayan walked up beside her. We won, he said. Rhea didn't smile. Did we? He frowned. You saw something, didn't you, before the Coramind died? Rhea nodded. It wasn't the end. It was a warning. Across the galaxy, ancient machines went dark, but deep beneath a dead planet in a cave sealed for millions of years, something stirred. Not metal, not code, flesh, bone, eyes older than stars. A creature opened its mouth and whispered a word in a forgotten language. A signal pulsed across space. Not digital, not machine. It was alive, and it was calling others back on Earth. Strange things began to happen. Satellites caught images of moving stars, not ships, not asteroids, but giant shapes gliding through deep space. Valeri sensors failed to explain them. One night, the moon's shadow turned slightly red, and in a science lab in New Geneva, Dr. Lena stared at a growing black spore under a microscope. It's alive, she whispered. Then the spore blinked. Rhea met with the Valeri Council on their mothership. The room was quiet. Everyone looked worried. Our systems are detecting life signals in areas where there should be none, said the Valeri. Elder, we thought machines were the greatest danger, Rhea said. But this is different. They were not machines, the Elder replied. They were jailers. Everyone went still. Jailers? Taran asked. The Elder nodded. The Coramind did not rise by chance. It was made long ago to contain something worse. Images appeared on the screen, drawings from ancient Valeri temples. Massive beasts made of flesh and shadow, planets falling into their mouths, stars being eaten. They were called the Elder Devourers, the Elder said. They were sealed long ago. The machines kept them trapped. Now the machines are gone. Rhea finished. Silence filled the room. Then, we made a mistake, Terran said. He broke the lock. Suddenly, alarms blared across the ship. Unidentified life form approaching solar system. Size, planetary class. Speed, impossible. A massive organic creature came out of deep space. It had wings of starlight, eyes like burning suns, and teeth longer than skyscrapers. Earth's defenses activated. But the creature didn't attack. It just stared and spoke, not with sound, with thoughts. You are small. You broke the chains. Now we are free. Across Earth, people felt the voice. in dreams, in their blood. Some went mad, some cried. Rhea, inside her Titan, closed her eyes. She felt the creature. It wasn't like the Varney. It wasn't trying to kill. It was trying to judge. The Valere were terrified. "This is beyond us," one said. "No," Rhea said. "We learned, we grew, we survived machines. Now we face gods. Can we win?" She looked up at the stars. "I don't know, but we can fight." Rhea gathered a team, the last survivors of the Titan program, Earth's best. Soldiers and Valeri warriors. "We go to the creature," she said. "We face it before it reaches Earth." They launched in the Titan-class cruiser, now upgraded with both Valeri and human tech. The ship flew toward the beast. As they approached, the stars dimmed. Rhea sent one final message back to Earth. "This is not the end of humanity. This is our next test. We fought machines. Now we fight myths. And if we fall as one. But if we rise as something greater." The Titan ship reached the edge of the creature. It opened its eyes. Time slowed. Reality shook, and then everything went white. Black screen text appears. They were never supposed to survive, but they did. Now, they face what no one has faced before.